Hey everyone, welcome to DadsDen Pop Culture, Mighty Thor Monday. We have reached Thor number 350. We did a little detour last week into Avengers 249. Now that story kind of sits in the middle of the one we're going to see here. So this story starts a little before that one begins, but it finishes after that one ends. So, I mean, I guess I could have done it in the middle of reading this one, but I think this will work okay. So, let's jump into it. We begin at the point where Odin had summoned Beta Ray Bill. And of course, that means Sif is coming with him because she's been traveling with him in space, protecting his people along with Scuttlebutt, his spacecraft. So they arrive. There's greetings, etc. But they realize that this is a very serious thing. Nice little moment here with Thor, saying it looks like adventuring is going well with you. You look happy, etc. But there's a little bit of there's a little bit of melancholy there, obviously. So, battle plane of Vigrid, the armies of Asgard are arrayed, and then enter Odin, the light gleaming from him, his personal warriors, etc. Really great imagery there. Kind of reminds you a little bit maybe of Gandalf, appearing in that one battle. So he issues his commands. First thing he does actually is he summons a few more Asgardians to help. And look who they are. The Executioner, the Enchantress, and Tyr. Now, all of them were Asgardian villains, but they realize that if Surtur destroys everything, that will include them. And you get a little bit of Odin explaining to everybody, here's what Surtur's plan is. He wants to get to Asgard, light the sword on that flame, and then he can set the 9 worlds ablaze. But the important thing here is Loki did not heed the summons. Okay, and so here's where he's explaining all the stuff that Surtur is going to do. Richard Pryor doing a Saturday morning kids show. It was a weird world back then. Hey, dude, just having Cheech Marin in Disney cartoons was an odd thing. But, things change. Things do, in fact, change. All right. So Odin gives his orders here. Thor is going to lead the army on Midgard. Beta Ray Bill is his co-commander. Heed their commands as though they were my own. They have a little chatting here. Bill is like, I should also mention Odin is going to stay behind with Heimdall to defend the realm in case anything gets through. They're the last line of defense. Thor's kind of happy about this. His dad's very powerful, but he's older, etc. And Bill is like, well, maybe a peerless warrior like Sif should also stay behind with you. And Thor is like, dude, that is not going to happen. I've got news for you. I could never get her to stay behind when we were kids. She's not going to stay behind. She's going to be in the battle. But she recognizes that it's from caring that he wants her to stay behind. So Odin is like, well, if you guys are done, could we get moving here? So there we go. Thor opening up the portal between worlds. And there goes the host, the great army. And Heimdall says, if Surtur breaks through, I will blow the Gjallar horn, and you will hear it wherever you are in the 9 worlds. Okay. So Odin, very sad that Loki did not appear. He feels Loki is his greatest failure. And he also knew what Thor was thinking, but he goes, well, if he only knew where the real danger was, he would know I was not staying in a safer place. Now he is sending Frigga away with the children. And one of those children's, there she is. It's quite a face. Good stuff. She's like, you're trying to send us away from danger and we want to fight. Well, what does All-Father Odin do? Does he yell at her? No, he doesn't. He says, okay, come over here to the side. So Frigga can't hear you. He goes, listen, it's going to be dangerous here. I'm going to have to fight. If I have to worry about Frigga, I can't do my best. So I need you guys to take Frigga away and protect her so I can concentrate on the battle. She's like, okay, well, if we really need to, all right, a little bit of psychology there. And he has a last moment with Frigga, And then he has a last moment with Baldur, who he has also held behind, but not to defend Asgard. He says, I got a mission for you. You're going to go back to Karnilla and try to recruit her into this battle with us on our side. Okay. And he's like, dude, that last mission you sent me on, it didn't really go all that well. And he's like, it may have gone better than you think. And wasn't it satisfying to lop off Loki's head, even if it was just temporary? Love Odin. Back to New York, covered in snow. And here comes the horde of Muspelheim, the sons of Muspelheim. And we see them attacking, similar in a lot of ways to the battle you got in the first Avengers movie. You could just picture these demons descending on Manhattan and all this stuff. And here they come. They're really kicking butt. And then Brakahum, to my hand, faithful Mjolnir. Thor has arrived. Now, Thor is coming in ahead of the army because he wants to assemble the Avengers. And, of course, we see that in the Avengers comic we looked at last week. And there they are. Star Fox, Captain Marvel, Scarlet Witch, and Wasp. Oh, dude, I'm a big fan of Simonson's art. I think he just does some awesome stuff. Then Surtur confronting Thor. Thor is on a pile of Muspelheim demons. Giant Surtur, son of Odin, hear me. Now at last has come the hour of reckoning. Oh, dude. Now think about how rad that would look in a movie. Think about what they could have done with that third Thor movie. Oh well. Baldur has reached Karnilla, and she's like, I'm not going to help. I owe Lord Odin nothing. And he's like, well, you do know that Surtur is going to destroy everything, including you. And she goes, okay, I owe Odin nothing. I believe he chose his messenger wisely, though. For I do desire something that belongs to Asgard. And what I desire is you. If you will swear eternal allegiance to the Norn Queen here and now, I shall send Lord Odin all the forces at my command. Refuse, and nothing shall save Asgard from bleakest defeat. And again, that is really nice work. Nice work. You see, there's the mid-range, there's the, stuff happening far away. Not a lot of detail, a little more. When he does a real detailed face, Simonson really can do some nice work. Nice work with faces. All right. Surtur walking through Manhattan. Here we see Scarlet Witch is about to be killed by this demon, and then Clothash, Stormbringer, takes that dude out. Beta Ray Bill and the Asgardians have arrived, coming across the frozen Hudson River, and of course we saw some of that in Avengers. You have, of course, the Warriors 3 doing the whole, hurry up, Volstagg, you're going to miss everything. And he's like, no horse is worthy of my, weight. I shall, leap in and destroy 20 men at a time. You get the idea. And they're like, well, then you better leap to the sky because here comes some more. We got Surtur wading through the buildings. What's the line from the Blue Oyster Cult song? As he wades through the buildings through the center of town. Okay. We won't do a whole Godzilla song here. We see the Executioner and we see the Enchantress fighting bravely, and she says, we need more help. I'm going to go get somebody. Now, who's she going to go get? Well, she's going to go get Lorelei, or so she thinks. Now, that's her sister. She says, we need your help. You got to go help fight with all the rest. She's like, yeah. You're not fooling me. You're here to steal Thor. You're hoping that I'll be killed in the battle and then you can have him to yourself. But he's mine and you're not getting it. So it's that kind of thing. And Amora is not real thrilled. How simple you are, Lorelei. To balance a mere infatuation against the destruction of all that is. But mark my words. Should we win this battle, I shall see to it that all your contrivances are undone, and count yourself lucky that I can spare no energy to deal with you as you deserve. You just don't cross the Enchantress. But that's also, again, He's setting up future events or potential future events. How is Thor going to get out of being controlled by the golden meat? Well, we saw his human buddy sort of dilute the stuff, so it's not going to have as powerful a hold on him. But now we also see that Amora the Enchantress might get involved as well to break the spell through whatever means that she can. Well, the battle rages on, and Beta Ray Bill is telling Thor he might end up burning the entire city down despite our efforts. We might win the battle, but end up with a burned down city. So what's the point? And Thor says, not a problem. I can't change the weather in terms of the snow. I can't heat things up, but I can still bring the rain. And so he brings the rain, and the rain puts out all of the fires. But now it's all smoke, so he clears the rain, the smoke rises, rainbow comes down. Ooh, what? A rainbow comes down. What does that mean? Well, we'll find out in just a minute. But now Thor looks around, and there he sees Surtur. Or actually, I think Beta Ray Bill spots him. There, Thor, emerging from the smoke above the skyscrapers. Come, Bill, for though the forces of Asgard and the mortal heroes battle valiantly against the sons of Muspel, Surtur is beyond the strength of any save ourselves. Though in truth, I know not if even our combined might shall give him pause. But this at least is true. 'Tis Surtur who is the real enemy. And he flies directly at Surtur, a very Thor thing to do, and he passes right through him. He goes, oh, it was an illusion. It was just flame that I just flew through. Where is Surtur? And then we see, or hear, the Gjallarhorn. The Gjallarhorn! Heimdall sounds the Gjallarhorn. The enemies of the gods stand before the gates of Asgard. Curse me for a fool. 'Twas Surtur's plan from the beginning. So what Surtur did is set everything ablaze. Thor summons the rain brings the rainbow is the bridge to Asgard. And now Surtur is invading Asgard itself. Next story, Ragnarok and Roll 2. It's going to be a big one. They cover this over a few issues. So this is a big deal, big crisis, big battle. So we're going to get a few issues of it. Let's look at that cover. Oh, curse me for a fool. I forgot to read the credits. Dude, I'm so hyped. Art and story, Walter Simonson. Lettering, John Workman Jr. Colors, Christy Scheel. Editing, Mark Grunwald. Editor-in-chief, Jim Shooter. We do not want to forget those credits because these people produced some excellent, excellent work. All right. That's Thor number 350. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. We're rolling through, man. We're about, like a quarter through of the year at this point? So we still got a lot of issues of Thor to go and a few more of this massive battle. Tune in, man. You're going to see some awesome stuff. We're going to be doing this every Monday. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, maybe subscribe, maybe share with a friend. But to end, as we always do, God bless everybody. Please be kind to one another. Have a little bit of fun out there for Asgard and Odin. And I will see you next time in Dad's Den of Pop Culture. Bye-bye.